Big winner of Saturday night, Kyle Larson. We heard from him. Remember, guys, he didn't start the night in the All-Star race.
I'm obviously really excited. Anybody would be excited, but to come as close as we did, and I think 2017 or 16, whatever it was, and lose to Joey with a couple laps to go, it feels good to get some redemption here. It was a crazy race. I don't even really. It was so up and down, and we had to, fight through a lot of issues just in a short race like that. So I can't believe it. I don't even know what happened for me to get to the front. So I have to watch a replay, but either way, it feels amazing.
You don't have to know how it happened. You got there. But I think we should remind everybody, the reason I said that is at the start of the night, Kyle Larson was in, he called it the B main, the open. He wasn't in the All-Star race. He didn't take part in qualifying. One of very few that have transferred out and found a way to victory lane. It's been done before, but that is an impressive run. And then he mentions it, the move. I had to watch it a few times because I wasn't sure. He popped into the lead. I'm like, okay, where did he even restart? It was a great move up the middle with some help from Kevin Harvick.
Yeah, he got a great push, which was, we talk about getting a push that really helps. But here, going three wide, right through the middle, that's unbelievable.
Not Talladega.
No, exactly. I say, when we talk about getting a push and it really making a big difference, has always been at Daytona and Talladega. But he got that from Kevin Harvick. I think he restarted in the third row or fourth row and made all of this happen just to get himself there. And it was just, I can imagine, I appreciated his words there, that he's going to have to go back, because I couldn't imagine being in the seat and comprehend everything that was going on. You just had to react to what the situation was unfolding at the time, and Larson did that.
That's what I liked about what we saw Saturday night. You and I have driven these race cars, and there are times where you really, something happened, you're like, I'm not really sure what happened. And then that's
like your instinct just
yes,
takes
and for
over.
him to say he won the race and doesn't even know how he got the lead, that's how fast you have to make decisions. He wasn't thinking this thing out. It was happening right then. You saw Logano on the bottom. He bobbled a little bit, slowed his momentum down, and then here he comes. And Harvick pushing him into three. When they get into three, he's still got him jacked up, and I'm like, they're going to wreck. and somehow Larson was able to keep the thing on the bottom of the racetrack, and that was just, from a driver's standpoint, I'm sitting there on the edge of my seat saying, there's no way this is going to work, and it was just fun to see them go at it with no concern, right?
That's right.
You got to remember, you're still going, you're going 190 mile an hour in turn three. No concern about what's going to happen. I'm going to win this race no matter what, and that's what we want to see out of our drivers.
Yeah, and I thought Harvick made this push, and I think he had done everything perfect, because now he's sending Larson off in there, and he can't keep this on the bottom no possible way, because he hasn't been in there that fast.
Right.
And so he was going to drive right by him, and somehow Larson managed to not lose any speed and still not give an opening.
Yeah, it was going to be the 42 Paul off the 9 in the corner pocket, and he was going to go by them both. But so we talk about momentum racing. Well, I think momentum is an important word for Kyle Larson. Listen, I've been one of the vocal ones to say, where is he? Where has he been for a year and a half? This guy came into the sport. There's no question his talent. I think he does things in race cars. Everybody's like just amazed. But 5 wins, 195 starts, right? I think we're all waiting for the breakout, and it's kind of gone maybe the wrong way early this year, and it was a tough start to the year. I think the one car consistently outperformed the 42. I think what Larson said to himself, he did with humor on Twitter, but he's like, oh, look, I finally made it to a finish of a race. So much bad luck. Couple top fives, comes to the All-Star race, gets a win. The question I have now, great, bravo. I don't want to take anything away from him, but can this be the springboard? Are we going to look back 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 10 weeks from now and say it was a win at the All-Star race is what was the momentum that Kyle Larson needed?
For me, I think Kyle has confidence. I don't think Kyle's one of those guys that wasn't winning, so he was just down on confidence, and then that makes it so you can't win. I don't see that with Kyle Larson. I think Kyle is a lap-to-lap kind of guy. A bad lap that lap, but it's over, move to the next one. But winning helps. Winning certainly reminds everybody that we can get this done. You crew chief and your driver, now you're a little bit closer. Your engineer is a little bit closer. I think it certainly helps. They need this to help them. They have not shown the power that you expect from him. They need this to be able to move forward. But time will tell. But winning never hurts a thing.
Well, as a crew chief, I was never successful calling a race not to lose. scared to death to make the wrong call. Those never seem to work. Like, playing defense was never it. You had to be offense, drive the situation. They got so bad in the points, I'm not sure they could do that anymore.
Yes.
The consistency before the All-Star race gave them a little cushion, still not there, but I think maybe they can just start freewheeling a little bit, enjoying themselves.
Yeah, and as I look at this, I still have the question in my mind because Dover is a completely different animal, concrete track, high bank, fast, that way. And you know, that just seems to be a place that's made for Kyle Larson. And then Kansas, you race at night. Here again, we have another race at night, and we've got one more coming up at night. So is this a situation that they still need a racetrack that has grip to perform at the high level that we expect of them, or have they turned a corner? I had a conversation with Chip Ganassi in Indy on Friday afternoon, and we just discussed things, and yeah, I'm not going to get into what he was saying, but he's just challenged his people that, hey, we need to be better than this. Right. We've got to move forward. We seem to come out a lot of times really strong, and they did that in 2018, and then it never progressed from there as others got better. And so he's challenging those people, and I hope this is a sign that that challenge has been answered and that we're going to see him, because he is, I'm telling you, he's fun to watch. This race, you know, not just in that style of racing the other night, but he's fun. When I think of Kyle Larson and then I see the number that he's only got 5 wins, that blows me away, because I think that he's won a lot more times than that, and it would be great for our sport if he does win on a more consistent basis.
You mentioned points, and that when you get back in points, it is hard to play offense, because if you have a bad race, especially if you have a bad race early, you're going to fall. He's only 15th.
Right.
Like,
plus
he can't
20 can go away pretty quick.
He can't afford to have a bad race, but he also can't afford not to win, because 15th ain't good enough. Yeah, right. Because you're going to get more winners. You're going to get more winners to fill it up. You're going to have to be top 12, top 11 to get in. So they're in that situation where, you know, what do we do? Do we just say, okay, we're here to win, period? Like, we know we got to win?
That's what I think they need to do.
Right? I think that's where they're their best.
Win. You win championships by winning races. That's what they need to do.
Gamble with strategies. Just go all in. And I think that's when Kyle Larson is his best, when he's just put all the chips on the table. I'm going to win or lose. And I think that's when Kyle Larson will be his best. And I almost think that that's where they are.
I agree. Listen, Kyle Larson is fun to watch. He is fireworks on the racetrack.
Hey, Motorsports fans, thanks for watching. Make sure you hit subscribe before you go for all the latest news and highlights across motorsports.